Some say that life in plastic is fantastic, but can the same be said for this particular picture? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, thank you so much for joining me on a beautiful day today. Blisteringly warm so far. I know you say, why have you got your coat on? Well, 10 minutes time, you know, it can be raining. I just saw from the late night video we put up the other day. I mean, started off a beautiful day, heavens opened. I feel so sorry, you know, when I see tourists coming around, because they come around and they think, oh, spring's here, and they're sort of lightly dressed and everything. You think, you've no idea what's coming. You've got to be careful. Always have a small brolly umbrella, in case you don't know that phrase, in your bag, or a little pack-a-mac or something, because at the twist it can become wintry once again. Now, some might say that this particular person has been out in the cold for some time, but she came back quite literally with a warm front. Yes, we're talking, of course, about the former royal known as Meghan Markle, who now, obviously at every opportunity, likes to be billed as the Duchess of Sussex. Now, this particular picture is a clip from a video that she very generously, kindly, decided to introduce her friend, her celebrated photographer, Meghan Harriman. And he was doing a TED Talk. If you don't know what a TED Talk is, it's a bit like a lecture, tediously dull, and they bill them alongside these things like called Build, another thing where people interview people. Very tedious indeed. It's very, very structured. Everybody knows the conversations in advance. You get the picture. But those who are desperate to be on camera really will do anything, and of course they like to have that particular brand behind them, don't they? TED, you get the picture. Never really heard of it myself until I saw a couple and thought, why is that it? Tedious. But anyway, this was the deal. Meghan was, of course, invited to introduce him. Maybe because many people didn't know who he was without that royal connection, and I use that term loosely. But it wasn't his talk that got all their headlines. As ever, it's never the case, is it, with Meghan? Because she decided to unveil a brand new look. Yes, a warmer chestnut-coloured hair, a different palette of makeup, seemingly different eyes, some might say. What's the reason behind this look? Now, some of the unkind people have basically been saying, that she's gone under the surgeon's knife, allegedly. I'm not saying that for one moment. But what's interesting, as they often say, don't they, with ladies, once you've lost a lot of weight and you change your look, you're definitely on a new quest. Something new is on the horizon. Yes, look out, Harry. But on a more serious note, it's interesting because she's kept her, shall we say, distance for a while, been out of the spotlight, not necessarily put herself up there, particularly as Harry was making an utter disgrace of himself with his book Spare. So what is Meghan planning next? Well, as we told you the other day, this particular brand new look, and she certainly does look radically different, certainly in certain other pictures. There's no denying whether it's clever lighting, shading, as they say, with makeup, something is different. And if Meghan cares to share it, of course, I'm sure it'll be inspiring to other women. What isn't inspiring, though, is where is Meghan's, shall we say, nod towards her Nigerian origins? We never see her with her natural hair, do we? She's always ready to make it more westernized to fit in. And she certainly looks a few shades paler than when she popped up in that red catsuit in Manchester as part of one of their tours. National Privacy Tour, if you remember. Either way, this has captured all of the mainstream media headlines, naturally, in the build-up to the coronation. And as we told you before, Meghan and Harry never cease to amaze in their quest to appear in the media that Prince Harry seemingly is always at war with. Either way, it's an own goal once again for Meghan. But really, would her own father recognise her now? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.